River Falls Varsity Football Coaches Show. We are very excited and honored tonight to have 4 guests with us. We've got head coach Ryan Schurz, Eli Johnson, Preston Johnson, and Lincoln McCarty. There they are, some smiling faces. I was informed, and, like usual, so we'll see. I'm glad you're all here. We have 1 game under the belt this season, and I'm just going to tell you, I'm very excited about learning more about Coach, the team, and these fellows, but I do this for a selfish reason as well. I like to learn more about these guys and your program. So thanks for being with us. Let's just jump right into this. 2024, Coach Ryan Schurz, 4th year as a head coach. Coach.
Yes, sir.
What's different about this year than your previous 3 years?
I mean, a lot of things are the same, but I think some of the main differences are we just have a lot more kids, which has allowed us to play kids primarily one side of the ball rather than have to learn both sides of the ball. And I think that's been a real benefit in terms of how quickly we've grasped things and where we're at in terms of a second game. It feels a little bit further along. And it's but in a lot of ways, it's a lot like every other year of River Falls football. You know, we've got a really great group of kids, great group of seniors that are ready to win. And so, yeah, there's some differences, but there's a lot that's the same.
So you mentioned numbers. It's really good to have the numbers up. It makes your job easier, right? A lot more boys to pick from this year. What do you attribute that to? Is it the good youth program? Is it the culture that you're developing that's carrying on all the way down to 6th graders? What do you attribute that to?
I think it's all the above. We've won a lot of football games over the last, I don't know, seven years or so, and certainly kids, I think, want to be a part of that. I think the kids that we get in the program really enjoy being in the program, and we don't lose too many. And as a result, I think the numbers have continually climbed up, and certainly the youth level has done a phenomenal job of pushing lots of kids into middle school, and middle school is doing a great job of giving us lots of freshmen. So as long as we keep doing that, it will be healthy.
Well, good. So I'm curious, do you have a team, this might be for you or the boys, do you have a team motto this year, hashtag? What, do you have anything this year? Like, go for it, team. What do we got, Lincoln? Yeah, Lincoln.
14 games.
14 games. That's good. Hashtag 14 games, Lincoln. Is that where we're at? All right, I like that. Very good. Where do I get the T-shirt?
That's them. That's them.
Right.
And that's
Camp
a good
Randall too.
In Camp Randall? Yeah. Oh, I like that. Those are nice, lofty goals. Like that. So yeah, I was just curious. I know a lot of teams have a motto or something for the season, but 14 games is pretty good.
Yeah,
I like that.
And that's something that they're thinking about. That's as much as anything, I like to let the players kind of drive the direction of where they want to go. If they want to be great, they certainly have that ability to do that. And if they want to have that vision, I don't need to supply them with a hashtag. They can figure stuff out for themselves, and oftentimes that's kind of more powerful anyway. So.
I like that. That's good. So last year, Coach, 6-4. Kind of felt a little better than that, actually. 2 losses to Menominee, the last one of the season in the playoffs. Hudson, maybe get back at them this year, and then New Richmond. Is there any goals? Does your team have any goals this year, conference goals, anything you've written on a whiteboard somewhere?
I think we just talk about, it's coach speak, but if we just continually do the right things and do the little things, we'll do the things we can control. Hopefully at the end of the day, we're where we want to be. The Big Rivers is very, very, very difficult this year.
Let me talk about that. I'm going to do a follow-up question. That's a great segue into my next question. We can blend this. It's going to be very different this year. 2 Eau Claire teams out, Rice Lake in. How does that change your conference?
Well, it adds a state champion, and that's going to be a huge test. And there's no bad teams in our league. There's nobody that you can overlook or anticipate that you're going to have a running clock on. You're going to have to play 4 quarters for 7 Big Rivers games, and that's a challenge that we welcome and that I'm excited to play. But it's certainly not that a lot of those games are going to be very close games when it comes down to it.
Is there anything that the fans are going to be surprised by this year? You have 1 game under your belt. Anything you were initially surprised by, or things we may be surprised by as the season goes on that you're like, wow, I had no idea, or that's weak, or that's strong, or this is good, or that's bad? What?
I think we're a little bit different this year offensively. I think as an offensive staff, we really try to play to our strengths, and we feel like we did that the last couple years. We're going to do whatever it takes to win games, but this year It really feels like we have a nice collection of skill players that all need to touch the ball and impact the game, and we're all working really hard to make sure that we can do that, and that'll look a little different, I think.
Sure. So football is a team sport, but it's not only a team sport on the field, it's a team sport in the coach's room. Let's talk about a couple of your coaches. Let's talk about Bill Forrester first. What does he mean to River Falls High School football?
Bill Forrester is River Falls High School football. He's been here for, I think he's been here for as long as I've been alive. And he's a Hall of Fame coach. And the best thing about Coach Forrester is, he's a Hall of Fame coach, but he's the guy that will take care of the laundry, or take care of the equipment room, or just do all those things that a servant leader will do. And on top of that, he's a phenomenal linebackers coach. So I'm lucky every day to be around a guy like that.
Good. Preston's got to chime in on
I
that.
got some. We got Max in the crowd too. Yesterday, Bill Forrester, he was holding the pads for us. So he does this every day. It's nothing new. So he held the pad, and me and Max, we knocked him down. He fell over, and that's just like what he does. He's just a tough guy like that. So he does that every day.
That's a good segue too, because I was going to ask about Coach Haskins. Let's go to the other, Max Haskins. Let's go to the other side of the ball. How important is he to calling plays for your offense?
Max is a phenomenal young coach. He's been with our staff since I think he was about 20 years old, and has really made that a big part of his life. Eats, sleeps, and breathes football, and does a phenomenal job of putting things together. And there's not a better offensive line coach that I'm aware of. The guy just does a great job. We would not function very well without him.
We comment often on that in our broadcast, Jeff Johnson and myself. We wow, what a well-called game. I mean, calling the right plays at the right time. I don't want to pump Max up too far, but genius sometimes, right? I mean, you're calling plays, and you have teams off balance, and just does a great job, and the boys are responding to Max.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great mix of having really good players who know what they're doing and are confident in what they're doing, and coach that spends a lot of time on making sure that he knows what he's doing. So it's a product of kind of everybody doing their jobs.
Right. Then lastly, I just want to hit, there's so many coaches, we don't have time for that, but talk a little bit about Zach Turpin. He's been here your whole career, a couple years before that. Talk about his contribution to your program.
Turp is one of the best coaches I've ever been around. As far as a person, I don't know that there's a better person in coaching. For us to build that connection with the basketball program, because he's been an assistant basketball coach and now will be the head basketball coach. For us to have that connection with our football program has been phenomenal. And he's just another guy that will give of his time, his energy, and it seems to be kind of bottomless. So we're like I said, I am so lucky to have the staff that I have. They do such an amazing job, and I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else.
Good. So I have a long list of questions. I'm going to cut them kind of short because I want to get to the boys. I really don't have any hard questions. This might be considered the hardest question. Are you more confident in your offense or defense this year?
I'm confident in both. We compete against each other every day in practice, and I see what they can do. And I know that our offense gets to push our defense some days, and our defense pushes our offense. And I know that there's going to be games where the offense is going to have to carry us, and I know there's going to be games where the defense has to carry us. And I'm very confident that on any given day, both of them can get it done.
Well, good. That is the right answer, I think. I didn't see if I get you out on a limb there. I knew I couldn't, so that's a good answer. Then the last question for you, Coach, is game day. Still get nervous on game day?
Yeah. I mean,
butterflies?
Yeah, still get the butterflies. You're a competitor, and being a coach, coaches try to control as much as they can. And once the game starts, you don't control much anymore. But I think last Thursday I was probably had as much peace before a game as I've had in a while, because I just felt like the guys were prepared. I wasn't that nervous, and I'm hoping we keep that up.
Yeah. Were you satisfied with game one, Coach?
Yeah, they did a great job. Both sides of the ball. It was a pretty typical first game in a lot of ways, but in other ways it was pretty clean and crisp for a lot of the game. And I think that's a tribute to their preparation. So they're ready to go. Good.
It was fun to watch. Guys came out and performed. It's always tough on the first game. You haven't really hit like that, I'm assuming, in practice. So it's a little faster, a little stronger. Takes you a quarter to get used to that. But I saw the boys adjust really well.
Yeah, they did really fast. You know, they got up on us a little bit, and our kids responded right away, and I like that. I like that we had to respond early and did it, and then kind of continued to do so throughout the game.
Well, good. Let's get to the boys. Let's see how they felt about game one, and let's get under the hood a little bit, as I like to say. So, Eli Johnson, senior, multi-sport athlete, track, basketball, football. What else you play? Anything else at high school that I missed?
No, not anything else. Just those three.
We're good. Headed to Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
How excited are you about playing football at tight end U?
Very excited. I mean, it should be the next big step for me, and I feel like everything fits well for me there.
Well, good. Good. Then I'll come back to you with more questions. Preston Johnson, also multi-sport athlete here at River Falls High School. Preston, I'm just getting conflated now. Which is your favorite sport, basketball or football?
That's a very tough question. I'm just going to go with, whatever's in season.
That's my favorite sport.
What is in season?
Whatever season
Yeah.
it is. That's good.
So I guess just wherever I'm playing better, to be honest. That's what I'd pick. They're both really fun, though.
Just thinking back, maybe even 4 years ago in your life, did you think you'd be as dominant in football as you are right now?
No. I honestly, going into freshman year, I didn't even know if I was going to play football because I was a quarterback, and I knew I was going to be helping the varsity basketball team, so I had thoughts about it. But after freshman year, I knew for sure it was one of the most fun experiences I've had with the freshman team. So,
well, good. It's fun to watch you. Just for the audience, so you have the record going into this week. So you set the bar pretty high this week on social media. Instagram with more than 10,000 views on your tackle from behind, and coming up on 5,000 views on YouTube. So, and all those, your 4 highlights, you were in some too, Eli, over 8,000 views on YouTube and over 10,000 on Instagram. So you guys kind of, I don't know, you didn't break the internet or anything, but pretty good dent here for River Falls High School. So fun to see. And I did notice the kid this week that you tackled chimed in on YouTube and said he wasn't that concerned after he racked up 65 yards. I thought that was a pretty good comeback. Lincoln, questions are, I've had questions online. Where's Lincoln McCarty? Is he going to play? I can't find him on the field. Lincoln, talk to us about your situation. And I do miss watching you. You're fun to watch. You are worth the price of admission. There's a kid right here who plays 125% every play, special plays, a special athlete, a leader. Talk to us about where you're at, Lincoln.
So I tore
You
my
can pull
UCL.
that mic right on up. There you go.
I tore my UCL in my elbow during SDSU camp, and I honestly thought I broke it right away, but then I kept playing, and it didn't hurt too bad. But then I got a diagnosis on it, completely tore, so I got to get surgery. But now I'm hopefully making a return by Rice Lake, maybe, but the September 25th is my next pre-op visit to see when I get cleared. So hopefully around there, I'll come back sometime beginning of October to middle of it. So that's why I'm trying to build a vision into our team and culture, because we have the guys this year to go far. And if we install a really good culture of playing for each other and having a vision of something that I know we can do, hopefully I'll get more games though, and our team can just go win a state title.
That's exciting. Lincoln, I know just getting to know you, it's fun to be around you right now just to talk and hear you talk. I notice your leadership skills just from watching you from our vantage point. I can see it in you. You have a great life ahead of you being a leader. I can see that. So wrestling or football for you, which is it?
Whatever I'm in season with.
There, that's another good answer. Athletes. Well, that's fun. Let's get under the hood a little bit. So first, before we go to the one-on-one questions, I'm going to throw questions out to all of you, and then whoever wants to answer can, and if multiple people want to answer, you can too. Lincoln, since you have the microphone, who's your favorite or most impactful teacher you've ever had?
Oh, that is so hard.
Let's go all the way back to first grade. Who sticks with you? And you can go multiple if you'd like.
Multiple?
Sure, I give you
honestly,
multiple.
A majority of the River Falls High School. And honestly, all of my teachers. I've never had one bad experience with a lot of teachers. And I might not be the smartest kid, but I love connecting with people. I love talking of anyone. And my teachers, I really love school. Not even just for the education, just for just talking. I love every single one of my teachers.
It's outstanding. Either one of you guys is there a teacher or coach or somebody you'd like to give a shout out to and go, hey, you made a difference in my life?
Yeah, Mr. Turpin. He's my basketball coach too, and when I had him for math, he always helped me with math, and then he would also help me with basketball when we weren't in class too. And I just feel like he's probably a teacher that I have the biggest connection with.
That's good.
I have the same answers, Eli. Turpin.
Really? Well, good.
Math and basketball, football, everything. He does it all. So
Coaches coach because they like the sport and they like kids, but they also coach and teach because they want to have impact on kids. So that'll make them happy to hear that. That's good. So what's the best part about high school? Any of you guys?
Probably the friends you make and the connections you make with other people and meeting new people, just growing connections.
Good answer. Lincoln?
Honestly, just growing and, like Eli said, the connections. And I mean, what I like is like when you see other people grow. And I think our 2025 senior class has grown a lot from being a very, very immature class coming into the high school, and then people being warned that our class is bad and all this stuff. But I really thought we matured and brightened out at the end of our senior year. Well, beginning of our senior year. We haven't even started yet. So.
Anybody want to touch on the worst part about high school?
Schoolwork.
Homework.
yeah, homework and just being here for 7 hours a day, I guess. But going to practice makes up for it. So.
Yeah. Good. Let me see. What's the best part about playing football?
The connections you build, I'd say. Like, I've made so many friends in football. Like, a lot of these kids, like, I knew where they were, I guess, but I was thinking to myself, like, I'd never become friends with this kid. And then I started playing on the field with them, and it's just like, wow, I, like, really love this kid. And you want to start playing for them. Just the love that you build in football, it's not like anything else or any other sport, so.
That's good. A lot of people don't realize what an emotional sport football is. From the preparation, the physicality, the working out, the teamwork, the ups, the downs, having to come together as a team to accomplish goals. It's emotional. And, you see grown men crying. You see seasons come to ends, and it's like you've lost your best friend. I mean, it's an emotional deal, and sometimes you can't control those emotions. You guys feel that sometimes with the sport?
Oh yeah, it's I think this year and the previous years I've seen a lot of people work very, very, very hard, and them not reaching as far as they wanted to, and that just it crushes you. Mm-hmm. And just the connections you make and the family you build, it's so great.
It's lifetime memories. You might not even realize that yet, but you'll look back and you are living the good old days right now.
Yes,
so enjoy every day.
Yeah, when you're playing football, you get to a point where you feel like you can't control yourself when you're playing because you just care so much about it. Like the emotions just start going crazy, and there's nothing else like it.
That's good. That'll lead me to my last question, my last group question. What are you guys going to be doing 10 years from now? Have you given that any thought? I was thinking when I was 17, if somebody would ask me that question, I would not have been able to answer it because I had no idea. Anybody think about their future and what they might be in 10 years, or or maybe how about this? Easier. Where would you like to be?
I would like to be buying a plot of land, having a job I like, and having a lot of free time and just like flexibility.
For me, I'm gonna just say having like a similar experience in college football, play somewhere, find somewhere that fits, and then just getting a job, using what I learned in high school and college, and bringing that out to my new job, I guess.
Good.
Go to the NFL and then own real estate on the side.
There. Now that's a guy with a goal right there. Like that. You going to invite us over?
Yeah.
Go fishing in your trout pond?
Yeah.
I like that, Eli. Eli, you got the mic. Let's go. We're gonna speed this thing up. I'm gonna focus on you. I have 10 questions here.
Oh, wow.
We got a speed round too. So these are not hard.
Okay.
I already asked you the first one. Football, basketball, or track? Tell me which is your.
Probably football. I like football and basketball the most, but probably football because I kind of have to because I'll be playing for lots more years.
That's the second half of the question. How did you choose Iowa?
It was the right fit for me. I think the whole culture of the tight end U, and I love the coaches and the atmosphere of games and all the people there. Really, it was easy to make the decision. Speaking
of emotion, I know your parents, the first time you take the field in that field, they'll be crying like babies when they see that. It'll be an emotional deal. You might even get overwhelmed.
Yeah, for sure. I will be.
What are you most excited for this season, your senior year?
Playing in front of my hometown for the last couple games, that's for sure. Like, I'll never be able to play where I grew up ever again.
How would you describe your team's personality?
It's a good question. Personality, probably, I'd say we're funny at times, but then when we need to get locked in, we can get locked in pretty easily, and we work hard.
Fun is good.
Yeah.
If it's not fun, it's not worth doing.
Yeah, we mess around a good amount, but
Yeah.
I feel like when we have to lock in, we definitely lock in.
But you know when to focus as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good. How important is being a good teammate to you? Like being a good teammate to others, how important is that to you?
Really important, because I feel like this year I've built connections with almost everybody on the team, and I feel like that'll just make them want to play harder for me, and I want to play harder for them because I've got all those connections.
Okay, this one's a mom and dad reference. Your mom and dad, Mike and Michelle, might be the two nicest people on the planet Earth. What trait do you think you've learned from them?
Kindness.
Kindness. That's a good trait.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be satisfied with that answer.
Yeah, I hope.
Mom, do you approve of that? See, she has a kind shirt on. Huh? All right, it's time for some rapid fire questions. Right. Rapid fire. Favorite school lunch entree, even if you bring your own. What are you eating?
Chicken sandwiches.
Favorite class you've taken at River Falls High School?
Gym.
My favorite class too. Favorite vacation you've taken with your family?
Yellowstone.
Did you see the geysers?
We did, yeah.
Cool. See buffalo?
Yeah.
Describe your I guess we're off of well, maybe not. We're still on speed answers. Describe your perfect Saturday night when there's no games or practices going on.
Golfing with my friends.
Oh, I like that too. That's good. Okay, this is going to be the hardest thought question you have, and it's not that hard. But it's going to make, if you have to take 10 seconds to think about it, we're all going to understand.
All right.
Life throws you a lot of curveballs, right? There are good days and there are bad days. There are injuries, things you got to work through. Sometimes it gets dark in life, like, man, I don't know. In adversity, Eli, what is your coping mechanism? How do you get through bad times? Where does Eli go, you know what? Tomorrow's going to be better than today.
Take a deep breath and just be alone for a minute or two and just realize that everything's going to be okay and there's a plan for everything.
Yeah, that's good because, you know, some of you have had it already. Injuries, you've had injuries, right? I know you've had injuries. Right? Stuff happens. Flunk tests, you break up with girlfriends. Stuff happens in life. And you have to find that place where you can go to get yourself through the adversity. You have to have some coping mechanism that you're going to get calm, to understand that life is ups and downs. Yep. And you're going to get through it. And tomorrow will be better than today. And if not tomorrow, 2 days from now.
Yeah.
But life ebbs and flows.
Right.
So find that coping mechanism. Use it. Use your friends. I know as guys, we don't like to call friends. Call. Make sure you got your best top 3. Like me, I've got 1,800 people on my phone. There's 2 I can only call when I need somebody. Find those people. Connect with those people to get you through those bad times.
Yep.
What's the most difficult part about being a leader on the team? And that's your last question. You're a captain. You're a leader. What's the hardest part for you on that?
Probably giving hard talks to kids that need to overcome something, or something like that, where somebody's not doing something right and you have to tell them like it's not right and you have to fix it.
This is what parents go through. It's called tough love.
Yeah.
Preston.
Just like when there's like a kid you really like and they do something wrong, like giving a tough talk to them, that's sometimes hard, and that comes with being a leader though, so it has to be done.
And I don't want to underestimate that. That's what parents feel. Like you never like disciplining your kid, but sometimes you see it now as leaders, right? Kids not pulling their weight, not doing the right things, and how to find that balance to get that message across without knocking them in the dirt, pick them back up, knock them down, pick them up, right? That's a really good recognition as a leader. Well, good. Preston, you got the mic. Let's go on to you. Let's let folks watching learn a little bit more about you. Tell me something about yourself most people may not know about Preston Johnson.
Well, everybody knows I have a bunch of brothers and a sister, but most of the time, we like really love each other actually, and we get along all the time. So sometimes it seems like we don't, but we all do love each other.
Yeah.
So
That's good. See, and all your friends said all you do is just fight all the time. Do you have any pets?
yeah, I have 3 dogs.
What's
Crazy.
your dogs' names?
Mabel, Penny, and Ellie.
What's your favorite one?
I love them all. Can't pick.
Dogs have nicknames?
Maybelline
Maybelline?
is Mabel.
Uh-huh.
Penelope, Penny, we call her. That's about it.
Which one comes and sits on your lap?
Mabel. You can ask my mom. It's bad. She's always on the couch, jumping around.
Do you have any nicknames, Preston? What do they call you in the huddle? What do they call you on the field?
Everybody
PJ?
calls me PJ. Yeah.
PJ? Stick with PJ?
Yeah. Coaches be calling me that now, and teachers. So
PJ.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy. Nothing, but that's really it.
yeah, just PJ. Nothing else.
That's awesome. Okay, we're going rapid fire questions. Favorite movie?
Coach Carter or Napoleon Dynamite, one of the two.
Favorite song on your playlist right now?
I have a lot of rap songs, but me and Lincoln were talking about it before. I don't really know. I don't have a favorite song right now.
So, but just rap music you're liking?
Yeah, rap. I have pop music too. I get in my feels sometimes, so
No Swifties up here?
I'm not a Swiftie, no.
Yeah. All the girls' volleyball team are hardcore
Yeah, it's
Swifties.
kind of
all of
annoying,
them.
Yeah.
Favorite actor?
Adam Sandler.
If you could invite one person to dinner, living or gone, who would it be? You got 2 hours to have a dinner with somebody. Who would it be?
I think it's kind of funny. LeBron. My
LeBron.
brother loves him. I'd go with LeBron. My dad doesn't like that, but
What's your favorite cheer that students do at a game in any sport? Like, oh yeah, that one gets me a little jacked up, or you don't pay attention.
when I was in the student section freshman year, I like got hyped with the cheerleaders when they do these funny chants, because we were at the Memorial game, and the cheerleaders were doing these chants, and it was kind of funny, so
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
So the ones you make up on the fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, you talked about your family. Who's your parents' favorite kid?
Me.
I knew he was going to say that. So if you had to rank them, can you rank them?
Rank my brothers?
No, rank your parents' favorite kids, first to last. I'm just putting you on the spot right now, and I'm going to embarrass your parents. Because they love them all. They love them all. I know that.
Yeah. Well, obviously me number one. Mm-hmm. Let's go with not Cullen right now, but
So Cullen's on the out today.
Cullen's last right now. If you're watching this, you know why. We'll go Vaughn number 2, Zach 3, Quincy 4, Cullen 5.
Oh, there you go. And I know they love them all. It's just fun.
Yeah,
It's just fun
it's
how
all
kids
equal.
perceive that. So that's good. As you think about college, football, basketball, or academics?
Football, basketball is going to be in the picture too. We'll see how senior season goes, but I'm leaning towards football right now. I have some choices to choose from, so we're still in the thought process of it, but right now I'm just focusing on our season and just playing well.
Academics, you're a math or science guy?
Probably math, just because Turpin's the math teacher. He makes it easy on us, and it's fun being taught by him. So,
This next question is going to be a fun one. When you were in elementary school, when you were Vaughner, which Wildcat football player did you look up to the most, and why? Who was your guy?
I don't know if it was elementary school, but Peter Noreen,
Really?
because me and Eli used to hang out, and he was good friends with both of our brothers.
Uh-huh.
So I'd say him. He was always a quarterback, but he'd play safety too, and he'd make he was like that quarterback, but he'd make gritty plays. Like I remember a play of him chasing down, I don't know if it was a super fast receiver, and he chased him down and tackled him at the 1 yard line. So that's what I remember.
Good. So this is a comeback question here. So Lincoln, pay attention because there's a theme going on. So Preston, in adversity, what is your coping mechanism? How does Preston get through hard times?
Well, when I'm going through hard times, I usually just play sports. But if not that, I'll hang out with my family, hang out with friends, just find somebody to talk to. I don't really like being alone that much, so just find somebody, hang out with people.
Where did you learn that?
I have brothers, so always being around with them is always a good thing.
That's good. So for you, what's the most difficult part about being a leader? You kind of hit on that,
like,
so we're just wrapping
what
this
I
right
said
back up,
before,
and then we're going to go over there
just
to Lincoln.
talking to your friends and teammates when they do something wrong, like what I said. Like, you want to be a really good friend to them, and you're like really close, but having that hard talk, you feel like it could kind of hurt the relationship. But at the end of the day, you just know it's because you're a leader, and it has to be done for the team. So
That's good. Boy, I really like all the life skills you guys are learning, because you don't even understand right now how that's going to translate into your life. It's going to make you way ahead of the game. So when you work at the bank someday, you'll be way ahead of the game. You'll understand team. You'll understand winning, how to lose, how to correct, the politics of it. You're going to know so much. So this is cool. Lincoln, how you doing down there? I got to say again, Lincoln, you good? I got to say to you again, Lincoln, I miss seeing you on the field. God, you're fun to watch.
I miss it.
I
loved it.
Well, I can't wait till you come back.
Same.
You already talked to us a little bit about your injury. You already talked to us a little bit about wrestling or football. How would you describe your team's personality?
The energy is always really high. I'd like the sidelines to be higher, but the players that are playing, super high energy. And the practices are phenomenal. So really high energy, fun, and when they need to lock in, they lock in really fast.
Good. You're a people person, I can tell that. You like connecting. Connections are important. So if you had 2 hours to go to dinner with somebody, who would you go with?
Jesus.
Very good. Love that. So yeah, that's good. You talk about coping mechanisms. That's good. If you could invite, let me see. So what's your favorite part about high school? Let me talk a little bit about this, but go.
My favorite part of high school is probably connecting. Honestly, talking to teachers.
Mm-hmm.
I hear people not like certain teachers, but I love every single teacher. I've never had one teacher that I dislike. I love every single teacher. I like talking to all my teachers, and then I love seeing my friends every day.
If you could have any car, which car would you be driving on the way home tonight?
My new truck.
What are you driving?
A 2008 Chevy diesel, and it's 2,500.
2008. I've got a 1988 Chevy. Ooh. I love it.
That's nice.
What are you most passionate about? What turns your crank, Lincoln? Where do you like to spend your time?
Can I give a quick little three list?
Yes.
One, I would probably put Jesus. I really love talking to people, praying for people, and just connecting people in that way, because I really feel like it hits their warm spot. It hits my warm spot a lot, and I love seeing people change through him. 2, athletics. And then athletics is just connection. I love connecting to people. And I also love physicality, like just hitting stuff is awesome. And then 3 is connecting with people. I don't even know what 3 is.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for being able to share that. That's really good. It's powerful. Yeah. So just walk that talk. You'll be fine. Very good. Rapid fire time. What's your favorite place to go to after a game?
After a game?
Mm-hmm.
Any of, probably just one of the bonfires. Just eating some brats and burgers and talking with the guys. It's fun.
What are your 2 favorite foods?
That's a tough
All of
one.
them.
That's a real tough one. I could probably go to 2 favorite foods. I could only probably give categories: seafood and pasta. Both.
Do you have a favorite fast food restaurant?
Yeah, I gotta cut that out. I gained too much weight. But favorite fast food restaurant would probably be Wendy's or Culver's. Or Chipotle.
If you could choose a superpower, what would you pick?
I want to be really smart with just things that aren't super important.
That's a good superpower. That would be nice to be able to have that. That's good. That's good. What's your favorite family tradition?
We don't really have one. I don't really have a family tradition.
And then name one place to visit on your bucket list. Where do you want to go that you haven't been?
The Philippines. Almost my entire most of my family live over there, so I want to go see them all.
You're a tough guy. What scares you?
Insects. Big fat ones.
What's something, if you had a minute, what's something you would tell a 7th grader about that you have learned that they should know?
Jesus.
And I already know the answer to the next question. So in adversity, what's your coping mechanism?
Jesus. Praying. Reading my Bible.
For you, what's the most difficult part about being a leader with the River Falls Wildcats, even in a position where you can't take the field right now?
It's since I can't take the field, the guys that come off, I can't lead them when on the field. So when they're in tough situations and the defense is trying to get a stop on 4th and 1 and it's a close game, I can't be there to hype them up and I can't bring energy to them. So what I'm trying to do now is just when they get off the field after a tough series or something, I try making them remember a flip the switch, a reset. So no matter what happened, if they let up a big score or just something bad happen on the defense and offense, I want them to remember to flip the switch because that's going to come in difficult times when we get into difficult scenarios. And flipping the switch is something that helped me in my wrestling season. And it's just they need to clean the plate and just keep moving forward.
My color commentator, Jeff Johnson, and I, we saw a speaker last year. Her go-to on that was flush it. So if you got something bad that happens, Adam Thielen used to flush it.
Like that.
Yeah, so you forget it, flush it, go away, turn the page, next play.
Yep.
That's good. So all right, let's just back to the group. We got 3 last questions, then we're going to wrap this thing up. I feel like a better person having talked to you guys. I've learned some things. I've learned some stuff about you and your program, all of you guys. You guys got a great future ahead of you. This is, for anybody who has discouraged about the next generation, come watch this. This is good. This is really good stuff. So I'm going to give you each a chance to tell us what is something you want to say to your friends, your families, your teammates that you have not shared. Anything?
I love you guys.
Similar thing. Thank you guys for everything. I love all of you, all my teammates, all my family. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you guys.
That's good. All right, the last 2, maybe the hard, these are kind of hard, not really hard. Who's the best player to watch in varsity football in the BRC this year?
On like other teams?
Well, I have, let's go other teams first, and then we're going to go our team. So let's go best player to watch in the BRC and other teams. Who do you have circled? Anybody?
Rice Lake has some dogs at running back, so I'm not really looking forward to tackling them, but it's going to be fun being physical with them. So I'd say they have like 2 good runs, so they're both their running backs.
Mm-hmm. Any other names or schemes or people or teams that you'd like to call out, or just rather just keep it quiet?
We'll keep it quiet for now.
All right. Best player to watch in the Wildcats this year?
Probably a lot of kids on our defense, because for a lot of the kids it's new stuff. So our linebackers, Riley and Fade, it's definitely going to be fun watching them. And then safeties, Preston, that'll be fun. A lot of guys are fun to watch for sure. And then both of our wide receivers will be fun to watch, Charlie Burke and
Novak?
And Mason Novak, yeah. Both of them will be fun
Catching
to watch.
touchdowns. All the kid does is catch touchdown passes.
Yeah, both of them are very good. So, yeah, both of them.
Good. How about you 2 guys? Anybody you like?
Yeah. Well, you 2, Mason and Charlie. Just so you guys know, I don't like guarding you 2. It's kind of annoying in practice. And a shout out to Jack Silloway too on our defense. You guys noticed him first game. He was making all sorts of plays, but if you didn't hear, he went down with a torn ACL in that first game.
No, I didn't.
So that'll be the rest of his season. So just we're all praying for him, and sad to end his season like that.
Carson Engelbert, he got hurt also in the first game with something with his shoulder. He's getting a diagnosis and still figuring things out, but it's looking better for him, so we're hoping that he can come back and still make a positive impact on our team.
Good. All right, I'm about ready to wrap this up. Coach, this is your last shot here. Is there anything that I missed, Coach, that I should be touching on, or something you wanted to say or get off your chest or compliment, or did I hit it tonight?
No, I think I just really like to listen to these three guys.
I noticed that.
You could take a bunch of things they said and cut them up. I really hope you cut give me a YouTube short of Lincoln talking about his teachers so I can send that out to the staff.
Charlie Griffin.
But that's just sitting here listening to these guys made me feel very confident in the direction that we're going, because these are three really great guys, great football players, but great people, and we're excited to kind of get behind them.
Well, I just want to say thank you, Coach, and you three for taking the time today. What do you have? One more thing?
Shout out to D-line.
To the D-line.
Logan Gore, Brady, Austin Starr, and Jack Larson. They've been working pretty hard.
There you go. Don't miss them. Yeah, thanks for taking the time. I know you guys got other things to do, getting ready for a game tomorrow night. So you guys taking this 45 minutes here tonight was appreciated. Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you for having us.
You bet. On behalf of my great team tonight, Mr. Head Coach Ryan Schurz, Eli Johnson, Preston Johnson, Lincoln McCarty, I'm Kevin Westhouse, saying thanks again for joining us tonight. Until next time, good night, everybody.